Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Char. Y'all know what time it is. Hit the like button, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel because I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Listen, y'all make it do what it do. And remember to speak when you walk on in the chat because ain't nobody sleep with you last night. If you aren't following me on any forms of social media, go ahead and follow me at TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. Even now Patreon at Char's Reality number 6. If you haven't had a chance to run on over to my backup page, go ahead and follow me at Char's World number 6. Hello to all my newcomers, flip-floppers, and day ones. Hello and la-di-da-di to everybody. Let's jump into it. So you guys know that we've been doing over here on this channel, we've been doing a review of Messy Mondays, okay? Messy Mondays got a little bit too messy on Monday, all right? So much so that I think that lines have been crossed. A whole lot of deplorable name calling was going on. People trying to point out other people's flaws, trying to body shame, laughter when it was not appropriate. All of those things were going on this Monday that got too messy, okay? And I think there should be some type of boundaries or limits that any content creator want to go. Unfortunately, we don't all think like that, so here we are, okay? And it got so disgusting that Melanie decided that I'm going to respond. Now, normally, she'd be like, people say what they want, child. You just can't control people. But I think that it got so messy, people get tired of keep getting poked that they like, wait a minute, you ain't gonna just keep disrespecting me week after week and I just got to sit back and take it. So it's my duty and my right to pull up, but when I pull up, I must pull up the opposite of you with a little bit of class, okay? And this time when she pulled up, she said a mouthful, okay? And she talked about the position that we hold and how it's our job to stay away from certain situations, okay? She even called Elaine, which is Dr. Heavenly by name, and she says that, keep it cute, boo, all right? Keep it cute. But with that being said, you didn't have this same energy when you was on my line a little while back, okay? And I never returned your call because I didn't feel like that was genuine, okay? And she says that one or two things is going on. Either somebody is using you to be their mouthpiece, or you actually like me but don't know how to tell the person that your loyalty is to that I like her. I really don't want to talk about her, so you continue to try to drag somebody, okay? Now, at the same time, she's saying, listen, who cares if you hate me or not? In all of this, I'm going to continue to be myself. And if you got a problem with it, you're going to have to take that up with Jesus, because one thing for certain and two things for sure, you don't get to deplete or erase my shine or my star, okay? She also talked about how a lot of people have a lot of smoke for things that does not matter. But when you were supposed to speak up, okay? Now, let's be clear. She didn't say what she was talking about, but those who follow the show and follow the things that surround the show know that she was definitely talking about the revenge P, okay? Now, let's be clear. In my opinion, she was talking about the revenge P. Carlos was silent as a mouse during that time. That was the time where you were supposed to speak up. And then when she called you out at your live podcast, where were you, Carlos? I was looking around like, where were you? You still refused to say or do anything. You made excuses like, I didn't know to what extent it was, okay? But now on the unimportant things, as in Shanita being too rat-tat-tat, or being her bodyguard, or, taking advantage of the camera, I'm not going to play the silent treatment anymore. I'm going to talk about it, let somebody else talk about it that's not a part of the cast, and then I'm going to sit back and create some type of laughter. That's a problem, okay? She also goes on, to pull out the red phone. And when the red phone come out, she pulled out those receipts and those timelines of when Elaine was on her line, or when different events that she was going to come and be a part of, and how genuine she was in that. And one of the things I can appreciate, when she's mad at you, she's not going to flip the narrative to fit her explanation, okay? She still gave Elaine credit for showing up when she was invited, or trying to, push to get to where she was invited to. She still gave her credit for that, because some people like to take advantage of that. Like, I ain't trust you anyway because, and that's But she didn't do that. And that's what I can respect her gangster for, okay? So she talked about those things. And then let's continue on, because she talked about a few things, some other things. Let's go. So she goes on to talk about, tells Dr. Heavenly, don't allow herself to be used. Carlos to allow you to be used, okay? For his own glorification, okay? With that being said, she goes on and says that how disgusting it is to insinuate or suggest that her ex would mess with one of her friends, because you guys remember when Dr. Heavenly was like, oh, we should hook Shanita up with Martell, because Martell will climb it. He loved climbing big BITCHs, right? And it was disgusting. Not only was it disgusting in the tense that it was used in, it was also disgusting for you to even suggest such a thing, right? But listen, and she was definitely right when she said, if someone said that about your man or your ex, how would you feel? Okay. But what do we expect, right? If this is who we're looking for as our elders, we got a problem on our hand, okay? And I said, I strongly agree, okay? We expect better from our elders, but apparently they're not doing that, okay? So let's continue on. So then she goes on to talk about real friends and how people on the show aren't real friends in real time and real life. Okay, she says, so don't try to act like I'm the only one who can't get along with nobody, okay? She says that she's just not playing with it on camera like that, okay? Like everybody else is willing to do. She said now she started playing a little bit these days, right? Because it's beneficial to her, right? Most of them can't stand each other in real time, in real life, right? So she's like, don't get it twisted. She says that the difference is if she don't like you and she see you in the street, you're gonna know it. Okay, she don't have time to be fake. You're gonna know it. I don't mess with you like that. It is what it is, okay? And she says that, you know, she's gonna allow it to play out. So evidently a lot of stuff that we've saw and heard is going to get worse than what we're seeing, okay? She says that a lot of things that has been said and done, you can't come back from. So when we're looking at it from the lens like, all right, Melody basically need to shape up. She mad at everybody, yada, yada, yada. She's saying that a lot of stuff that we have not seen that has been done and said out of their mouths, you can't come back from. So it's not like I just don't like folks, okay? So we ain't gonna play it like Melody is the problem, okay? It says that and she basically calls Dr. Heavenly out for being a hypocrite, okay? She says basically, how are you going to say that I definitely fed my friend Shanita the tea beforehand, and I was telling you, hey, she don't watch the show, but somehow you saying you don't watch the show got all these opinions, you know, stacked up for days, nights, and months, but you somehow don't watch the show. Well, it's the same thing for you. It's the cat called the kettle black, right? So let's continue on. All right. And the end of that is her really saying, shout out to Marquez. Now, I ain't never laughed so much in my life. Okay. I hollered because I remember when Marquez was on Messy Mondays and he was doing the interview with them. He came in like, yeah, Melody is this, Melody is that. And Carlos basically just skipped over it. He was like upset and his facial expression that he tried to talk about Melody on their podcast. So she was like, shout out to Marquez, woo woo, because that's what he did on Carlos King's podcast when they interviewed him. And baby, the red was coming off their necks, their ears, their nose, their nostrils. They was mad as hell. How dare you come over here and talk about her? You know we don't do her like that. But listen, that's all I have for you guys now. Meet me in the comment section, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel, because I promise you will not be disappointed. And remember, checkmates, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And don't you let nobody tell you nothing different. Until next time, bye.